This piece of Transformers TCG content is brought to you in part by all these content creators and the Facebook community. Go check out the creators' content in the description of this video, as we all continue to grow this fantastic game's content and its community. We hope you all enjoy this new series.
Autobots, roll out!
What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages? This is Lee from Bleeped Up Productions, and today we have something a little bit special. Today is episode 1 of Tech Deck Challenge. That's right, the Tech Deck Challenge, a new piece of content that we're bringing to you here on Bleeped Up Productions, and it's an in-house battle royale for the first episode. And I'm joined by my good friend Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing alright, thanks, sir. How about you?
I'm not doing too bad, Mike. You know, because of this lovely... We're kind of currently in our own houses. Normally, we would be sitting around a mixer with loads of these lovely microphones and just talking Transformers face to face with a few liquid beverages.
Standard, mate.
Yeah, it is pretty standard, but this is just how it's going right now. And this is the Tech Deck Challenge, Episode 1, In-House Battle Royale. I like the title of it, the In-House Battle Royale. Yeah, it sounds pretty darn good. So, we're going to break down literally what the content is.
Whoa, don't give the game away.
No, we're going to do it. We're going to do it quite nice and neat though, Mike. I'm not going to do too much elaborating on it, but we've got this cool little bit of video, audio that I've put together, which will basically explain what these videos are about. And I'm going to play it now, I think. So let's get straight into that. Okay, so the Deck Tech Challenge is very, very simple. It basically is divided into 3 rounds. The first thing first, though, is you need to pick an opponent. That will either be picked for you, or you challenge someone else.
Round 1.
And in round 1, what happens as soon as you get your opponent is you nominate 2 characters and 2 battle cards. These cards can be from any particular wave. They can have synergies with the cards, or they can complete jank, or they don't work. The whole idea is to get the other creator to build something that's, you know, not the norm, shall we say. And you announce this in round 1 to each other, so it's a complete shock and surprise. And then you go ahead and you go straight into round 2.
Round 2.
Now, round 2 is where you build the deck. And you try and build something that is either amazing or completely janky or something themed. You can choose what you want to do. But the problem is, you need to use one of the cards that the other person has given you. You have to choose at least one of the characters and one of the battle cards. You could use both characters, or you could use both battle cards, but you have to at least pick one battle card and one character. And in round 2, you show the deck. You basically discuss it by telling what's in the card and a little bit of synergy, shall we say. And then we move into round 3.
Round 3.
Now, round 3 is where you guys have a battle report. Basically, you will record yourselves having a game using the decks, and it's basically one game, and that is it. But if you can't record your games, no need to worry, because round 3 is a little bit different, because it'll either be a battle report or talking about the deck synergies. Now, I know not everyone can record, so basically, this is basically a little bit of information for people who are going to try out this deck, what to look out for. If you're running the Predacons and you're running some sort of like interesting cards in there, you can talk about the synergies of certain cards and waiting for this character to get this and that, and talk up a little bit of a tactic of how the deck can play. And then we will release the video so the community and us here on Bleeped Up Productions and all the other content creators that are a part of this series can try these decks out and see how it is. And that is as simple as it gets. That is the Deck Tech Challenge. challenge someone, build a deck, play the game of the TCG. So, that is the whole basis of this series. So I've got my cards ready.
Get ready.
I've got 2 characters and I've got 2 battle cards. Mike, have you got your cards ready?
I've got some cards. I'm Lee from Bleeped Up Productions. This is your deck check challenge.
Round 1, fight.
Your challenge, sir, should you choose to accept it, is wait for Ratbat.
Are you kidding me? Wave 4 Ratbat. You trying to trigger me on our first video. If anyone knows, this freaking battle report, I lose my absolute bananas because of this little bat.
3 weeks later.
This bat completely annoyed me and it's...
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. It's not. It's
Oh,
not.
okay, thank
It's
you,
not.
Mike.
It's not.
Thank
Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Goodness.
So, your character cards, and you must use one of them. Captain Starscream.
Okay, Captain Starscream. Okay. Interesting character from Wave 3. I've never played him. I own him, I've never played him, so that's a very interesting start, Mike. Well, if he's throwing me these kind of curveballs, guys, I'm not looking forward to this next card. Or should we say that character? So, Mike, go on then. Tell me, what's it gonna be?
Okay. Fortress Maximus.
Okay, a big boy. Okay, I can see this. I know why. Probably because he knows I like Metroplex.
Yeah, I figured you love the big boys. You like the Tripticon. You like the Metroplex. So I figured I was actually going to be nice and might be in your house already.
In my house. You know what? I actually haven't really taken a lot of time to look at Fortress Maximus. I've really looked at the battle cards more than anything because I've been working on some fun secret tech that we're probably going to be doing eventually when the... Yeah, the coronavirus is gone and we can actually film battle reports against each other. But that's interesting. So I've got Fortress Maximus and I've got Captain Starscream. Okay, 2 characters that I've never really used. So yeah, can be quite interesting.
So you must build a deck where one of those characters, obviously Fort Max is massive, so it's either a Fort Max dex or bust, or it's Captain Starscream.
You know what? I'm actually not that worried about the characters. I can see some synergy already with Starscream and with a few other things. Fortress Maximus, though, oh gosh, I'm not 100% sure. So just give me those battle cards, bud. Come on, just end my suffering.
I've been nice because I was going to be a right douche and just give you some horrors, but after talking about it off camera and off audio, we decided not to do that because it would just be awful.
Well, yeah, it's an in-house battle report, or should we say the battle royale? Even. And yeah, throwing ourselves under the bus, you know, we work together on this channel. I don't want our friendship to be tested already over one, basically our pilot episode, should we say. So yeah, hopefully you've given me some synergy. Hopefully you've given me some stuff that can work with either character. So yeah, hit me with those battle cards, Mike.
I've given you synergy, don't you worry. So, your battle card is Concealing Contrails. So it's the secret action that basically when you flip it, all of your blacks give you defense.
Okay, so talking about synergy then, that card, I'm not going to try and pronounce it because I know for a fact I'll get it wrong. But that card can work really well with Captain Starscream. Okay, I can see some synergy already with this battle card. I like that a lot, Mike. So, right, what's the next battle card then, buddy, for me?
I thought this would go well with Fort Max. Fight for position.
Okay, 5 for position. I like that. It's an orange and a black pip. Okay, yeah, and one of my characters gets bold too. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, that can work with either of these characters. I love this synergy so far. Thank you very much, Mike. But anyway, yes, I have some battle cards for you, Mike. I hope you like them.
You best be nice. I was really nice to you.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll be fine. I think one you might lose your bananas over. And the other one, I don't know. It might be a bit long in the tooth. I'm not 100% sure. So, your first character, Mike, is a Wave 4 character.
Yeah.
And he is a triple changer. Okay. Yeah, I know you like your triple changes. It's Ape Face.
What?
That's right, the monkey from the Decepticons, Raider Apeface. You are going to be having to possibly build a deck using this character, matey. I apologise, because I know you've been a little bit nice to me, but yes, Apeface is your first character. So, the second character. Okay, from the new wave, Wave 5, I've gone Wave 5 with this character, and I'm going to give you Skull Smasher.
Oh, that guy, no.
What do you mean, that guy, no? Come on, man. Skull Smasher's amazing. I'm super excited about playing with it. When we did our podcast with Jamie from Powered by Primus, he's super excited about playing it.
Oh, I feel bad now. Oh, no, to be fair, you can just run a character that uses a head and fine, you've got complete license. It's all good.
Yeah, so, like, my pick, Skull Smasher, I've obviously, you know, with Fort Max, I can change the head if I wanted to, but, you know, with Skull Smasher, I've given you creative license as well for the head. You can do whatever you want to do with that head, matey. It's completely up to you. So, it is time for your battle cards. That's right.
If you give me plunder, I'm going to kill you.
No, I haven't given you plunder. I've stayed away from star cards because I think that's only fair.
Okay, I was about to say, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah. It'll take away from the characters and you having that creative build for these decks. So, right, the first battle card I'm giving you is Hazardous Shield.
Okay, alright, yeah. That's the revenge one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the revenge one. It's a very, very tasty card. I really, really like this card. I just haven't found the right build for it yet either. And I think because of obviously artwork on it and Ape Face and Skull Smasher I've given you, I thought it'd be a bit themed because I want to keep giving it themes with this build, Mike. So your next card gives a little bit of synergy with Skull Smasher and Ape Face actually really, really well. It's one of the new cards from Wave 5. I've gone with hand-to-hand combat.
I like that card. That's fine.
Okay, I'm glad you like it. I thought it seemed quite right as well for this, in-house battle royale that we're doing for our first episode. It's from melee characters, obviously, because you get that bonus. So, overall, then, Mike, for you so far, what are your thoughts about my selections for you?
Skull Smasher's pretty grim. I can't lie. Right. Okay. Yeah. I think you've been harsher than I have. Although, to be fair, I technically gave you Fort Max, which is a deck in itself. So, yeah, okay, interesting. Alright, so, right. Gauntlets down.
Let's go! Round 2, fight!
Okay, so round 2, guys. This is how it's going to pan out. We have had a week to build decks. We've gone through our binders, we've gone through our characters, our battle cards, and we've come to this point. So, Mike, I'm going to let you kick things off. Which character did you select and what battle cards?
So, I went with Ape Face. And I went with Hazardous Shield. I almost included hand-to-hand in as well, but it didn't quite fit the deck design, so...
Okay, almost both battle cards. I like that. So my characters I have chosen, to put you out your misery, Mike, is Fortress Maximus.
Ooh, interesting.
And the battle card that I've selected is Fight for Position. yeah, they're my cards, because obviously with Fortress Maximus I need to have Cerebros, so I've got, a few stars maining over for the head. So what I actually... Well, you know what? I'm not going to divulge all that information. I'm getting to that later. So what we'll do, Mike, is before we get into the decks, Mike, we know your cards now, so that's fantastic. So explain a little bit about your approach to this build, and then go into your Transformer character lineup, and then eventually get into your battle card deck.
The way I looked at it was, do I have any kind of deck concepts flying around that I've not built that I want to build with this guy? Do I have anything out there that I've not already built before that include this guy? To which I went, no. And then I moved on to Ape Face and went, got the same problem. However, I then looked at Ape Face's Alt Mode 2, which basically says when you have between 1 and 9 damage on this character, you get bold 2. So I was like, well, this is kind of like a poor man's Fangry. So I went with a bold orientated deck, because I was like, well, clearly, okay, the deal is get damaged, have bold 2. Great. So, okay, that's cool. So I then looked at other characters that come with innate bold and other shenanigans. So here is my character lineup. Ape Face, 10 stars. Fangry, 7 stars. With Parsec Bold 1 head for another star. That leaves me with 7, and I went with Horrible. And Kreb as the +2 hit point head. So, the theme of the deck is orange, bold, and black. Nothing earth-shatteringly riveting, if I'm honest, but the way it works was, obviously, Ape Face gets add damage put on him, you've got bold 2. You're never going to flip from the other mode, so I think one of them gives him tough, and one of them gives him focus, depending on the level of damage he's at. So I have no interest in the focus mode, I'm just all about the bold mode. So, action lineup. Having told you it's heavy orange, lots of black, and bold. So we're going with 3 Peace Through Tyranny, the currently on-theme power card that has been given even more juice with the introduction of Wave 5. Then we're going to go with 3 Fight for Position, Bold 2, Orange Black, Pip. 3 Magnetic Dysfunction Ray. So this does 1 damage to everything on the board, and then does 1 more damage to your opponents. Sorry, does another damage to Autobots. So the theory is that if you get to play a card and you want to damage Ape Face, you play Magnetic Dysfunction Ray, you damage Ape Face, therefore giving you access to the bold, and you also do the usual damage on the board to everything else.
Okay, I see where this is going, Mike. I kind of like this so far. So what's the next card then?
3 Supercharged, Bold 3, Orange Pip. I'm not sure if I would have just supercharged out for something else. I'm not sure yet, but for now, that's what I'm going to go with. Then I went with 3 Camion Crash, which is the Black Pip, do 1 damage to Ape Face, give bold 2, and then do 2 damage to an opponent, and if Horrible's in the right mode, do another damage to somebody as well.
Right, I see a reoccurring mechanic,
yeah.
Say, or an idea with this build, Mike, so far. I really like this. But anyway, Mike, what's your next card? 2 Scouting Mission, which is do a damage to a character the player that character was damaged draws 2 cards. So again, put 1 damage on Ape Face, get access to bold 2, draw 2 cards from doing a point of damage to yourself, and if you've got Horrible, throw another damage across the table. I needed some white blacks in there, so I then went not with Swerve, but with Hit and Run.
So this is the white-black, and when you attack in when you attack in alt mode, I think you I believe.
Okay, Mike, so hit and run. It's an action, it's obviously a white and black pip that you stated, but it says flip one of your characters from bot mode to alt mode, move 1 damage counter from it to an enemy in alt mode. Very interesting card. So why really is it in this build then?
The main thing is that it's a white-black pip. Mainly it's in there just for deck acceleration and hitting the right colour. This is I need to accelerate damage off of Horrible, so I will play this card, get the extra damage because Horrible will be in bot mode. He'll then flip to his alt mode by the card effect, and therefore when you do that you'll transfer 1 damage from him to across the board. And then obviously you'll use your normal flip to get back to the mode which amplifies Black Pip. So it's all good. Then we walk into the last 3 actions at the moment, which is 1 reprocess, just because you need some kind of removal for yourself and for other shenanigans. Again, you might need the 2-point healing, who knows. 1 counter espionage, because you need to have something that disrupts the opponent. You also need to have something that can target any kind of horrible secret actions. Now, I am mucking around with maybe taking this to 2 of, but at the moment it's a 1 of. 1 copy of Belligerence, revealed by the lovely blues on Attack Boys. Going to be a staple power card of the set, I think. Turns all blue pips to orange. Therefore, if I'm playing a heavy blue deck or something that's walled up and flipping loads of defense, then I'll just belligerence it into the ground. Okay, so we are then going into the upgrades. So 3 escape capsule, utility orange black, so again keying off horrible, also fits the theme of the deck, allows me to keep any upgrades on my characters when things get blown up, if I've got a body and a head mode. So when you turn into a headmaster, you keep all your stuff. Next up is 3 combat dagger, bold 1, weapon slot, nice and simple, orange black. 3 power punch from wave 2, maybe even wave 1, wave 2. Everyone knows what power punch does. Bold 3, discard weapon slot, job done. 3 improvised shield is next up, just in there for double orange pips. 1 was the next up is 2 hazardous shield, one of the cards of choice I had to put in the deck.
Let's go!
So it's a black icon, so it's on theme for it's on theme for a deck that needs to make sure the base attack are flipping enough black so that hopefully you're swinging for 8 pierce 8 or 10 pierce 8, something like that. Gives the revenge mechanic, which I think is underused at a moment, where when it is scrapped off a character, it then removes a weapon or an armor, I believe.
So you've done the challenge, Mike. I'm really happy. Congratulations, achievement unlocked and all that jazz. But I won't get too far ahead of myself right now. So Mike, continue with this deck that you are describing to us.
Only 4 more cards left, which is 1 metal detector, purely for put it on a character, get some kind of upgrade, do some horror, wreck face. Hopefully the metal detector defines the last upgrade of the set, which is 3 grenade launchers, plus 4 orange pip. Staple in every orange deck. In terms of meeting your deck check challenge, Mr. McAlpin, I have completed 8 face and I have completed hazardous shield.
So that's it, Mike. Congratulations, you have done your first deck tech challenge. Well done, mate, for including the cards. Congratulations. Okay, so that's it then, Mike. It's my turn to do all the talking now. It's fantastic. So let's get straight into Fortress Maximus, shall we? Okay then, Mike, so let's get straight into this. Fortress Maximus, he is a whopping 14 stars. And before we even start, I need to have Cerebros in the team. Which again is another 7. So 7 and 14 is 21, leaving me 4 stars. So there are better heads right there at the moment out there, but because we're running Fortress Maximus, I thought, why not keep it theme? And I'm going with Emissary.
What?
Yeah, I know. He's probably not the best choice, but it was so theme. You know, I thought it was okay, but you know, there's other character heads that I've tried with Fortress Maximus, which work a little bit better, I think, than what Emissary obviously grants us. But we're gonna you know, get into that possibly a little bit later. But Fortress Maximus, okay. So across the board, here's a very interesting build because you need to have different coloured pips in it, guys. You need to have multiple different colours to get all these abilities off. So with Fortress Maximus in alt mode, what you need is you need whites and blues to trigger the ability of when he defends. Because he's only going to attack once. And then if you're playing a guy who's doing multiple attacks and stuff like that, it's kind of unfortunate. So what you need to do is at least get a white and a blue, and you get to do a damage to the attacker, which is very, very strong. But the one that we love is in body mode, is when he attacks and you flip at least an orange and a black, you do 2 damage to each enemy, which is incredibly strong. So you can punch someone really hard because he has got an attack of 8, which is really, really good. And then you do 2 damage to everyone, and then you flip to that alt mode where you have the ability of doing more damage if you flip the correct pips. Now that's where it gets interesting with the correct pips, because when we are with Fortress Maximus and we have Cerebros as a head, it gives us Bold 1 and Tough 1 built in, which is pretty unique because it means more flips for us on the defense and the offense, which is pretty interesting. I'm really happy with it. I think it's really, really good. But the thing with Cerebros, which is very, very interesting, is when obviously Fortress Maximus explodes, he then goes to Cerebros' mode. And Cerebros has a built-in bold and tough, obviously, but his ability in body mode is very interesting because when it battles, so that means when you attack or you defend, and you flip at least a white, an orange, a black, and a blue, you may play an upgrade from your scrap pile onto him. So if I flip this during an attack, for example, I can go search my scrap pile for an armor that might, you know, stop a lot of damage coming through, like cards that I'm going to get to in a bit. Or maybe I need to get a utility or a weapon. He's very versatile. I really, really like him. And then, obviously, a little bit of a weak link in this build is Emissary. Emissary gives you Focus 2, but obviously, when you get to Emissary, it's pretty much curtains because he's got 4 attack, 4 health. It's very, very sad pandas when you get to that mode. It's not very good. Right, so with this build then, guys, I'm going to tell you what I've got. So let's get straight into the battle cards. We're going to go to the actions first, guys. And what we're going to go into is 2 cards from the latest wave. And it is going to be Precision Fire. Now, Precision Fire is a brand new card. We've got it in this deck for one reason, guys, and one reason only. It is an orange and black pip. But there's a really cool thing about this. With the action, it says choose a mode, do 1 damage to each character in that mode. It's very, very strong if you think about it when we attack with Fortress Maximus in bot mode. So we play this card, we do 1 damage to everybody. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look across the board and we're going to try and hit an orange and black pip with our flips. If we get another one, we do 2 damage to everything. So technically, you're going to be hopefully doing 3 damage across the board. Right, the next card we're going to get straight into is the card that Mike wanted me to include in this challenge, and that is Fight for Position. We're going to be running 2 of those.
Let's go!
Because more bold is brilliant. We've got built-in bold 1 already. Bold 2 makes it brilliant. Kind of similar to Mike's build, the next action we're going to be doing is Belligerence. We're going to be running 2. Again, this card is fantastic. It's an orange pip. It's revealed by our lovely friends at Blues on Attack. Obviously, we're going to be running a mixed bag of things, so when we come to flipping and attacking, it's really, really strong if we get blue pips, because obviously, you know, orange, it gets turned for us, and also our defender, and seeming Fortress Maximus is pretty solid. With an attack of 8, it can be very, very horrific.
Just to chime in for a second, sorry, being really rude. The interesting thing that we've had clarified about this is that, yes, it does turn all of the cards orange, but for purposes of flip effects, you get to work that trigger before you go to end hostilities or belligerence. So you can hit your 1, 2, 3, 4 or your orange-black requirement and get that effect off.
The next card, which is in here because it needs a white pip, is 2 System Reboots. Now, I put this in because I wanted to just scrap my hand and scrap my opponent's hand to draw 4 cards. Sometimes your opponents can keep cards in their hand for late game or in the beginning of the game, get some really powerful cards. This gets rid of their hand and might screw up their turn. It might be beneficial. It's a very, you know, interesting card. but it's a risk-reward card, but I really, really like it. So we're going to run 2 of those. The next one we're going to run is Height Advantage. We're going to run 2 of those cards. It gives our lovely Titan, aka Fortress Maximus Bold 4, very, very strong. And then we're going to be running 2 Heavy-Handed. Obviously, Heavy-Handed is for Fortress Maximus. It gives us +2 attack and Pierce 4. Very, very good indeed. It's also a blue pip, which is solid. Now we're going to get into some shenanigans with, well, let's be very blunt, with some secret actions, because I really, really like secret actions at the moment. It seems quite prevalent. We're going to go with 2 stable covers. Now, stable cover is a secret action. When I reveal it, I get +1 armor or +1 defense, and my attacker can't use Pierce. Another card we're going to use is End Hostilities. End Hostilities, secret action, new card from the latest wave, blue pip, not just because it's got Fortress Maximus on the front of it. It's really good when we defend again because each orange pip gets turned into a blue pip, so it can be very, very good for us. The next secret action we're going to run is Hidden Fortification. Secret action gives you tough 3. We've already got built-in tough 1 with Fort Max and Cerebros, so having tough 4 seems pretty darn good. Then we're going to run 1 Sabotaged Armaments, which is a secret action. When we reveal it, scrap all the attacker's weapons. Can be very good. So we've gone a bit diverse with all our secret actions because we want to keep our opponent guessing all the time. And then just because we need a little bit of removal and also a card that gives the middle finger to a lot of things, we're going with 1 Security Checkpoint. It's a double blue pip, and each player reveals their hands and you scrap upgrades. This isn't bad for us if we get to Cerebros, because we can bring those upgrades back. It's just to slow down other people's decks if they're going upgrade heavy, etc. So they're the actions. I'm pretty happy with all of them. I really, really like how it's built. So moving on, we're going to get straight into our upgrades, and we're going with Escape Capsule. It's an orange and black pip, gives you +1 attack. It's in a utility, and when you deploy this on the upgraded character's head, put this and any other upgrades that were on the upgraded character onto the deployed character. So obviously if Fort Max explodes, all those upgrades, if we have this on the board, go onto Cerebros, which can be very, very unique and amazing. We're running 3 of those because we are running, a headmaster. We need to. Moving on to our next upgrade, we're going with a Force Field. Obviously, if we take 5 or more damage, we'll take 4 instead, but it's in there. White pip, really need white pips in this deck to make it work. Very, very good card. The next card is probably my favourite card in the whole game ever, because I seem to play a lot of ranged characters, and that is Sturdy Javelin. We're going to be running 3 of those. It is basically, obviously, with a melee character gives you +2, but because we're ranged, we can scrap this and do 2 damage to an enemy. Very, very good seeming. We can scrap 2 damage to someone else, for example, then punch someone really hard if we're in bot mode with Fortress Maximus, and then obviously, if we get that orange and that black pip, there's 2 damage across the board, but another 2 to that individual we threw a javelin at, which can be very, very interesting because it can swing games very, very well. So we're running 3 of those. The next card we're running is Unflinching Courage. We're running 2 of these. It's an Autobot upgrade. It's a weapon. And it gives us bold 2. So again, we need to go down the bold route. It's a black and blue pip. I was thinking of running backup beam, but I need black and blue in this deck to do at least some pierce because we've got such a big attack with Cerebros and with Fortress Maximus. Now the next card I probably wouldn't include as many as I have, but it's so theme, and that is Master Sword.
Ooh.
Master Sword!
As you could tell by the hilariousness of the Transformers TCG clip that I just played, the Master Sword is quite key to Fortress Maximus. It gives you +4, but it's incredibly hard to pull off.
But getting it there is tricky.
Yeah, I completely agree, Mike. It is very hard because you need to replace a weapon on a character that has an empty weapon slot. So it's very interesting. So it can be quite situational, but it can be very, very good if we want to replace, say, an Unflinching Courage or any other upgrades that we have in this lovely deck that I've built, should we say. But anyway, yeah, 2 Master Swords. Right, moving into the next one, we've got 2 Smoke Cloak. Obviously, it gives us tough 1, but it's in there because it's a black and blue pip. Very, very good. Very, very strong. I really like that card. Now we're going to get into a little bit of removal and then jank, Mike.
Oh, okay. It wouldn't be a U deck without some junk.
Yeah, I know. It wouldn't be quite right for me to to have some jank in this build, shall we say, which always makes me chuckle. So for the removal, guys, we're running 1 bashing shield, obviously orange-green. It gives us 1 extra defense, but it's mainly in this deck, obviously, because of what it states. Scrapping enemy armor, very, very good. Orange-green, can't complain. We then go into enforcement batons, same as bashing shield, orange and green, but this gives you +1 attack, not defense, and it allows you to scrap an enemy weapon, so you can see the removal parts of this, guys. We're then going to go into sparring gear, which is orange and green once more, but it gives us tough 2, so obviously it will benefit Cerebros and Fortress Maximus, really, really good, and all those are searchable, which is really, really good, or retrievable if we flip them during an attack or defend. Now, the other bit of fun stuff that I've put in here is 1 armed hovercraft. Armed hovercraft's in here because obviously I love playing ranged characters. All the characters here are ranged, and it says when you put this on a ranged character, do 1 damage. Now, this is really good with Cerebros just because if we flip all those 4 colors that we need, and this is in our scrap pile, we can then put it on Cerebros, and every enemy that we're against takes 1 damage, which can be very strong if we follow that up with a good turn of saying all the actions that we have, like precision strike and maybe those sturdy javelins and stuff like that. It can be very strong, very, very good. I really like it. Right, the last 2 cards. We have Handheld Blaster, gives us bold 1, but it's mainly in the deck for the double blue pip. But yeah, if it comes to it, an additional bold is okay, but it's mainly in here for the blue pips. And then the last card, which is the jank card of the deck, but if it works, Mike, on my days, it's super fun. And that is a Thermal Weaponry.
Oh, cool. I was not a card I was expecting. Interesting.
It basically is an orange pip. It's a weapon. It gives you +1 attack. And when the upgraded character is attacking, it has Pierce 1 for that attack for each blue pip you flip. So if you think about it, in our plays, say we've got Fortress Maximus on the board. It's got an attack of 8. We play heavy-handed. That goes to 10 with Pierce 4. Then we do all the flips, and we get more blues, for example.
Oh, God, it'll be nuts.
Oh, boy. Well, it'll be attack 11 because of Thermal Weaponries on it, for example. Flip more blues. A big chunk of this deck is blue, so you're going to get a lot of Pierce off. That's very good. The only thing that can stop that, obviously, is Stable Cover, which is a really, really, really sad. That makes Fortress Maximus really, 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 really sad. But yeah, that's my deck profile, guys. Hopefully you like it. I have also completed Mike's Deck Tech Challenge.
Let's go!
So yes, round of applause, all that jazz. So that is the decks. We're done. That's round 2 in the books. Now we're going to get straight into round 3. So let's see how it goes.
Let's go!
Round 3, fight!
Now, because this is the pilot episode, in round 3 right now, you will have a battle report, or you'd have what we're about to talk now, which is basically a little bit of deck tech about what the cards do, how the deck plays, etc. And then, obviously, you guys can go out there and play it. Unfortunately, with this episode, Mike doesn't have a laptop or a webcam or any way of filming this content. So, obviously, you've heard it in round 2. We have done a little bit of the deck text and how it works. So, we've kind of skipped into round 3 by accident. So, yeah, in round 3, in a normal episode, guys, if it's possible, with all the other people you've seen on that selection screen at the beginning, we will have battle reports or people just talking about how their games are and how the deck should work, etc. But, Mike, with that being said, what were your thoughts on our new creative idea? Did you enjoy it? All that jazz? Let me know.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's good. I enjoyed it. It basically made me go and look through the card binder and have to think about what works with what. And I know I went down the stable orange, black, bold in your face route, but before I ended up there, I ended up looking at alt mode cards and head-on collisions and other weirdness just to see what would work, because you know, you're trying to maximize the character abilities on the cards and maximize their skill set because you've invested all these stars. And if you're not using their abilities, you're not getting bang for buck. So yeah, it made me think, which was the whole idea behind this, was just to kind of go, oh, maybe this is a thing. More decks. What made you, to bounce a question back to you that isn't the same one, what made you not go with Starscream? I thought you would. I thought Starscream would be your boy.
Yeah, I was really tempted to run Captain Starscream, but I do have a Captain Starscream deck, and it will be coming to a battle report on this channel really, really soon when this lovely... when there's measures put in possibly with this lovely coronavirus. So, Mike, did you enjoy doing this?
I enjoyed it. I think it's a really cool little something different than just a bog standard deck profile that hopefully will create a bit of buzz and get some people just going, yeah, you know what? I'll put a quarter hour of my life into doing something and I'll create a video, and it just inspires people to go, yeah, that guy's really cool at building decks. He said do this and this. I never thought about it like that. Let's do a thing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a ton of fun. It's exactly like you said, to steal some of the stuff that you've already said. It made me go through the binder, look at stuff. Obviously, with Fort Max, I didn't have a lot of characters to choose from, mainly the heads from the new lineup, shall we say. But it made me go back and look at certain cards that I might have overlooked from previous waves. So I think that's what the main point of this is just to basically have people collaborate, look at cards they don't normally think of, build a deck, have some fun, and then get the creative, how should we say, the juices flowing, the creative minds in our lovely Transformers community on the Facebook and on online in general. So, what we're going to say, guys, is, that is the Deck Tech Challenge. Hopefully you enjoyed this pilot episode. Obviously, you can tell how many characters we have. We've got a lot of stuff lined up for this because, unfortunately, my hard drive, shall we say, got corrupted and I lost 6 months worth of Transformers content. So we needed to come up with a new creative idea. And we were like, let's just do a mega collaboration. And as you can see at the beginning of the video, we've got a lot of creators in on this. And I think it's going to just grow the community a ton. And that's what we want to do. We want to grow the community, but we also want to grow this game because it is a fantastic game. And I think all of us who play it either enjoy the card game or are really passionate Transformers fans. So we absolutely love it. So on the screen right now, guys, is a subscribe button. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe. Please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. It shows us that you really want this content, which is awesome because we're going to bring these out quite frequently now. This is one of our main staples of our TCG content other than battle reports and stuff that we want to do. We want to do this mega collaboration. And also there's previous content that we've done on this channel. And also in the link below, there's all the channels and all the blogs and the Instagrams and the Twitters or whatever of people that are a part of this challenge. So you can go check them out because we want to do a mega collaboration to show people, hey, all these people are doing great content. Go check them out, leave likes, subscribe, and all that awesomeness that comes with being amazing on the socials.